Going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. Crazy week last week. A lot of people thought I was probably crazy for having the bear as a thumbnail, but I mean, we were overextended. We were showing signs of bearish divergence, doji on cues. There were signs of us like starting to slow down up there, and FOMC just gave us that reversal. So now that we got this reversal, what's next? We got a very aggressive bounce on Friday. Now, do we buy the dip? Do we short the pop? That's what I'm going to cover in today. But going before into today's Sunday watch list, we do have next week's going to be a very short week because we have Christmas Eve and Christmas. I believe Christmas Eve closes early. The market closes early on Christmas Eve, and then Wednesday the market's closed. In general, I'm expecting a very low volatility week. I do see setups in the market, don't get me wrong. I just don't expect much from these next 2 weeks. I'll be trading very light. And then next week, right, we have New Year's and so on. So it's it's about that time of the year. Going into SPY, let's start off with SPY. We have reversed this uptrend that we've been in, broke below consolidated lower highs, and we got a huge sell-off. So now that this sell-off is of this size, it's a little bit trickier because these are wide ranges, right? So the top of it is 606, bottom like 585, 581. So let's look at a 4-hour chart real quick. And you can see this demand down here reclaimed and held very well on SPY, which is why we got this rip from here. But the major key area of supply that I am watching is going to be this one here, really. This area here, this 602 is the area of demand before FOMC. Broke below it, didn't really get a clean retest of it. So I'm expecting a potential push into there, or 600, which is this level here. 601, 600 area. I'm going to watch this area as well for a potential reject. If we start reclaiming this and this, we're pushing back to highs. Like if we start reclaiming this, pushing back into 607 to 609, that is going to be on watch for the upside. Now, if this area continues to hold as well, say we pull back, right? Say we come pull back a little bit, start to hold, this area can hold as demand and get us that push up into there. Now, if we fail this level, I'm going to easily target 580, 578, and just being open-minded, right? I don't know, I don't want to be too biased, but I'm just expecting a lower high unless we get very aggressive. There are some names that are weak right now, and there are some names that are stronger than the others. For example, Apple, Amazon, strong. Um, AMD weak, Meta weak, Tesla weak. There are some names that are weaker and there are some names that are strong. So it's gonna depend on what SPY and QQ wants to do, but very simple with SPY right here. Those are the main levels that I want to watch, nothing else really. If it consolidates in the middle, it doesn't fit the criteria that I want to see for me to catch a big move. So I'm gonna wait for this level down here of demand, this level of supply, anything in between. I'm just gonna play it by pre-market low, pre-market high levels. We'll see what we get. QQQ. I'm going to be watching this area of supply here, which was 525.5, 527 area. Now, this area was supply, demand, came up to it on Friday. Didn't fully get exactly in there, but it did start getting some signs of rejection there. We broke this trend line, as you guys could see. Higher lows, higher lows. Broke below. It's not really valid at this point. It's not really getting respected here, so I'm not really going to use that too much. But key area of supply here was here. Even this level is not getting respected too much right now. Let's see. But it's worth having on the chart, yeah, from there to there, and then here to there. It's kind of tricky right now, but we're in two key areas. I'd say if we stay above 515, 516, we're bullish into 528. If we hold below 528, 527, we're bearish back into 515, 516. Anything below 516, 515 is going to open the door back up to 510, 505, and it could get really ugly into 500s very quick. Am I expecting that this week? Probably not, because it's Christmas week, low volatility, but it could happen though. So going into some individual names, Apple is one of the strongest names on the board. Friday completely bounced from demand at 245, 246, ripped all the way into highs and broke highs. Easy setup on Apple is going to be a break and retest of this previous high. If it doesn't already open up to way much higher, but break, retest, hold, push back into 260s. Sorry, not 260s. Like, I don't know where I got, I'm tripping. Pull back, retest, pull. The next move will be like this recent high. The next psychological level will be 260, but that is a pretty high move up for Apple. So I'll just go like by every like $2. These are high, so we really don't know what levels we're headed towards unless we use one of these trend-based fib extension. But probably like 255.6 recent high if we retest, push into there, and then like 258, 260. Amazon, Amazon looks pretty clean as well. We held this area of demand here, demand broke above, holding it right now. So as long as it holds this area, this can push into 228 and then 230. So pretty decent, right? Not bad. So the only way I'm going to trade these to the upside is if SPY and Qs push higher as well, right? Microsoft didn't close strong like Apple or Amazon did. So that's how you know Apple and Amazon are relatively stronger compared to some of the other names. Don't really see a setup here on Microsoft too much unless it continues to show weakness below here. There's 441, 442. NVIDIA is interesting. It held demand very well. And it is breaking. Look at this bullish engulfing on the daily chart. This neckline of the head and shoulders isn't really being respected right now. Keeps breaking below, above, below, above. So we just broke out of this trend line as well. And it's a bullish engulfing on the daily. So we held this area of demand, triple bottom, right? 1, 2, 3, held. We need to take out these highs here in order for us to push into 140 on NVIDIA. So any type of retest of the two scenarios here. We can either reject here, push back down to 132, this trend line, but it depends how aggressive we push back down. If we start to hold 132, that can get us to move back up into here, break, retest, back into 140. 132 fails to hold, it's lights out back to the bottom of the zone. So 132, bottom of the zone, top of the zone. 3 levels to watch. Simple as that. Nothing else. It's as simple as you guys can keep your watch lists. Instead of having your charts flooded. You guys always hear me say this. Why have your charts flooded like that when you only need levels of significance that will give you moves, right? It doesn't make sense. Anyways, Meta was a very clean chart as well. We rejected this 603 to 600 on Friday beautifully, like beautiful reversal from this, showed weakness down 2% on the day. Any type of pullback back into that 600, I'd be interested in taking rejects again. As long as it stays below that, I mean, we push down to 580, below 580, it's gonna push down to 570. Yeah, like 570s, 560s on Meta. That's very weak. So any type of pullback back into that 600, 603 would be nice. We'll see what happens on that. I'll be watching this area for a reject again. There's going to be a lot of names I have on watch this week, so I really want to narrow it down as the market opens. I haven't even covered the ones I like the most yet. Just going through some of the main individual names, but Meta I do like. If the market shows weakness, this is the one that I will watch. And we have Tesla down 3.4%, very weak as well right now. Probably watch it below 415, 410. Below that, we'll open up the door into like 400, 405, 400. It's relatively weak. We do have very aggressive selling pressure. And while the market tried pushing up Friday, this one did not hold. So there's still like still some signs of some there's still some bearish signs here, even though we caught some relief on Friday. It doesn't mean like the dip has been fully reversed and right fully it's not a full on reversal yet. It could just be a short the pop scenario, right? But don't like it could just be a short the pop scenario. It just depends on because that move was very aggressive. It's a wide range. If you guys know what SPY's ATR is, it's about $5 in a day. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the ATR increased dramatically, right? It's like $20 in one day, how much the stock moved. So next up is Netflix. This name, I don't want to show right now, even if it looks bearish, because from what I remember, last time Squid Games came out, this is just fundamental analysis too. Last time Squid Games came out, Netflix went crazy, and they went crazy for weeks. So next psychological level on Netflix is 1,000. If the market shows strength, Squid Games comes out on uh the 26th. I just read an article. Comes out on the 26th. So we can position ourselves maybe even for the next earnings. Let's see where this just could be a little bit of a play for earnings. I'm not saying get in now, but the earnings for the next upcoming earnings could be really good on Netflix because of that, based off of the past. But if I'm trading off of levels, as long as it holds above 909, 908, you guys can see here. Squid Games does come out on the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. If it holds this, I could easily see this pushing back into highs 941. And then that catalyst just will help us with momentum. But of course, I want to see SPY and QQ show strength too. Next up, these are some of the names I do like. They're a little bit low-key names that I don't usually have on watch, but the setups look amazing. SQ, block, beautiful inverse head and shoulders on the weekly chart. More of a swing trade, so left head, right shoulder, break above the neckline, retesting the neckline in confluence with the 9 EMA on the weekly. This looks amazing. I may position myself into a swing with stop losses below that 9, hold that neckline. We could easily target 99 to 101. So this looks amazing right now. Looks really good. I'd like a better candlestick on the daily. 4 hour looks good. Any type of hold of this 88 to 85 area, of course, we'd want to pinpoint it a little bit better. So a little bit more confirmation. This name could be ready to go. Anything below, I'll just stop out, right? It's not a name I trade very often, but weekly chart looks good. Monthly chart looks even better. No. Monthly chart candle don't look too great right now for that pullback. Weekly chart looks good. After that, we're gonna have Roblox was similar. Look at that. Very similar setup on Roblox. I'm gonna compare it. So inverse head and shoulders retest. You guys see that? Very similar to the one that we have on Square right now. So left. Oh, hold on, that does not look good. I like this left head. Even this doesn't look all that great. But you guys can see, right? You could either have a left shoulder here or here. Just a lot of consolidation of demand held. Break this area of supply. Retest. Take off. Looks amazing. I'm not gonna chase this move, just want to compare it, show you guys how that correlates with SQ at the current moment. Consolidation, break, retest. We'll see what we get in the next few weeks. Next set is gonna be Starbucks. I think this might be the last one. Starbucks is coming for this gap fill down into 80, 83, 80. It's a pretty aggressive gap, right? We broke below this support here, resistance, support. Any retest and hold below 90 on Starbucks, any retest of that looks amazing for the move down into 83. So you guys can see there's a lot of good setups. They're all high probability. They look amazing. What is Spine Q is going to do? I can't catch all of these. I'm going to have to narrow this down, guys. So if you're not in the broadcast channel, make sure you're in the broadcast channel. And this week, guys, I am having a sale on the course, 40% off if you use code Christmas. So this is gonna be the last time I ever have any type of sale. Black Friday, I didn't even want to do the 50% off, but I still did it. 40% off will be for Christmas. Last time I do a sale on this. And it teaches you everything from creating watch lists, how to find names, the strategies. If you don't know how the Greeks work, it shows you exactly how you shouldn't be trading options if you don't know how Greeks work. How to find key levels of support, resistance, supply, demand. It goes over everything. But that's gonna be this week's watch list. I think we have a lot of potential. Oh, I didn't even cover the best one. MU looks good. MU looks really good too. You guys can see after earnings, MU sold off and right into a demand. This was a beautiful setup on Friday. It sold off right into a demand after earnings. Huge demand here. Look, every time we come here, huge bounce, huge bounce. And look what we have here now. And we have a gap fill from earnings. So I could definitely see MU filling this gap at least to 96, 95, 96. As long as we hold that demand, any type of pullback, I'll be looking for that dip buy. So it's going to be very important to see what SPY and Qs do. Overall, though, these are the names that I really like. And like I said, I hope you guys have a good week. Merry Christmas. Let's fix any bad trading habits we have in these next 2 weeks, coming to the new week fresh. And I hope you guys have been growing a lot from my YouTube videos this week. If you guys have learned a lot from my YouTube videos, please leave a comment, like the video, share my Instagram content, or leave a comment on my Instagram content. I'm trying to grow on Instagram, so just leave a comment whenever you guys see me post or something. If you guys find value in this, it's not as cool. I don't mind. Appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys have a great trading week. Peace out, guys.